the Sci-Fi Invasion. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this 50 movie box set from Mill Creek in 50 weeks. The movie I watched today was Killers from Space, starring Peter Graves. If you're into these kind of huge box sets, you've probably seen Killers from Space. I think it's included on everything. Actually, let me check and see if it's on the old Sci-Fi Invasion box sets I used to have. Warning from Space. Yep, here we are, Killers from Space on the old box sets. That's interesting to me and probably no one else. My favorite version of Killers from Space is actually the Film Crew episode with the cast of Mystery Science Theater in their very short-lived show that I think I wish it had more episodes. If you have never seen the Film Crew, specifically Killers from Space and The Giant of Marathon are pretty freaking good. This one is definitely worth your time, and I think that's partly because Killers from Space is kind of a fun little movie on its own. The story involves Peter Graves. He's like a test pilot, and his plane blows up, and everyone thinks he's dead. There's no freaking way he could have survived. And then he just walks up to the base like nothing happened, almost without a scratch on him. And I say almost because there's only one deviation from before he was in the plane and after the crash. He has a surgical scar right here, right above his heart. And he's basically been blacklisted from all the experimental space aircraft that he was working on, because it's a little odd that he is just alive with no memory of how he survived such a devastating crash. It comes out later in the film that he was abducted by aliens that look like Buzz Lightyear. They have big buggy eyes. It's really funny looking. They look so silly, and throughout the movie you see their eyes like looking at him. And it's not scary at all. It feels like it should be scary, but it comes off very, very silly. It just adds to the movie, in my opinion. The silliness of it does not detract. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's one of my favorite bad movies. Like, if I find out that Elvira, Cinematic Titanic, any of those like people who riff movies, if I find out they did Killers from Space, I know it's probably going to be a good one. I know that the Incognito Cinema Warriors is going to try to handle a more mainstream film for their final installment, but I'd be content with it just being Killers from Space. This one's a lot of fun. There's really interesting parts in it where Peter Graves is like running, and they have him superimposed against normal animals like scorpions and snakes and Gila monsters. And they make him like really tiny, but they make them all look real big. And it looks so bad, but it's so fun all at the same time. A lot of fun. It's short, which also, it doesn't overstay its welcome. And I really like this one a lot. I've watched it with and without commentary many times over the years. So when I saw it was next on the chopping block for this, I was like, well, at the very least, I'm going to have a good time watching this. This is one of the better movies on this set. I like it, and I hope you do too. I feel like there's not much to talk about besides that. Sorry the video is so short. I thought I would have more to say about it, but I don't really. So, anyways, hope you like the new lighting setup. I'm going to keep this going for a couple videos, and I'll switch it up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember, please be kind and rewind.